everyone, and welcome to the first ever episode of Let's Talk. My name's Sarah, and let's just start by introducing the cast.
Hi, my name's Brandon. I'm 19. My hobby is dancing.
Hey.
Hi, my name is Akira. I'm 18 years old, and my hobby is film and cameras and stuff.
Hey.
Hi, my name's Otis. I'm also a dancer and I'm 19.
Yeah, boy.
Hi, my name is Sarah. I'm 18 years old and I'm a student.
I am Maida and I'm 19 years old and I'm a writer.
Hello, my name's Nassif. I'm an actor and I'm 19 years old.
What if things get at me?
Hello, my name's Hannah Mohammed and I'm Hannah Mohammed.
Today's episode is about acting white. We're going to be talking about our opinions on that phrase. So let's start off with the first question. Do you guys think less of people that quote-unquote act white?
There's no such thing as acting white, so.
It's deep-rooted in, so if you're in a POC community, sometimes here and there, I think everyone's kind of experienced it. If you do something, you get called upon it, and the phrase acting white gets called upon, and it's really damaging for you if you're a part of that, POC community. I'm mixed, so I get it for both sides, and I never fit in with either. So I have this whole identity thing anyways.
When you act professional, it also can be that you're in a high status job, and that has always been white people, and a lot of people of color have not been in jobs of high status. So when they do get into those positions, they are quite oh, why are you acting professional? But it's just that they might have always been professional, but it's just that they haven't been in that stage of life, and first generations kind of thing.
I think it's less of acting a certain way or more of a personality you that's grown based on where you grew up.
Yeah.
So if I grew up in Pakistan, which is my hometown, I would be completely different to how I was here. Because I was born in England and I've stayed here
exactly. It depends
my
on
whole
the
life.
society you have grown up in.
100%.
And then
It influences you subconsciously.
Exactly. We have different cultures, we have different traits and characteristics we have to follow, and we are literally in a Western school. So of course we do get a little bit attached to that environment, and then we kind of forget a little bit. Exactly. You try to fit in as how the schools are made for you, and then you kind of forget what your back home culture is, and then as soon as you kind of step out of school right now, and then you're back into normal society, it's kind of oh, you have all those traits of traits. Yeah.
People have used the phrases coconut or Oreo, right? And it's just it just doesn't make any sense. I think it's just such an unfair comparison because when you look at white people, what are they doing that makes them act white? They're just being white, do you know what I mean?
Looking for some extra support? Babbasa offers personalised support, tailored especially to you when you need it. It's the one-to-one support you want at your pace. If you're aged 16 to 25 and based in Bristol, sign up to the support programme via the link below.
But when I do something that's, not fitting into the stereotypes of being brown, suddenly I'm acting white. Why is that the opposite, the other spectrum? Why is there a tilt whatsoever?
So do you think it comes from stereotypes?
Yes.
Yeah.
100%. Stereotypes definitely fit you into, from anyone, you get fit into this group. And that's it. And white people don't really have this. White people never really have stereotypes so much. They'll try and claim it, but us as POC, we're always tight-fitted into the stereotypes. And then so as soon as, like you said, as soon as we step out, it's called acting white.
100%.
Yeah.
I think there's no such thing as acting white. It's more of being you and people not liking you.
Yeah. And on the flip side, if a white person is acting not white, whatever, you say you're acting black or you're acting you know what I mean? There are never good traits that they pick out. If a white person is told they're acting black, it's usually because why? What are the reasons why people are called?
It's more negative.
Exactly.
It's linked with if someone says acting black, especially if a white person says it seems ghetto, stuff like that. It's always in a negative connotation.
Exactly.
And whilst acting white kind of links with professionalism and other words.
The way you act doesn't have a colour. Just because I'm not bad, just because I don't do all this stereotypical black man stuff, doesn't mean I'm not black.
Exactly.
Whenever you call it out, oh, you're acting. Why are you like you're being so sensitive about it? Why are you being so sensitive about it? I mean, not like if you ever like were to call it out, then they'd call you out for being too sensitive about a certain topic.
Yes.
When it's actually your point, you're in the right to point it out. You know.
The thing is, no one wants to be like none of us want to act white. We don't want to be like not like related to white people. We're not going out of our way to act a certain way.
Yeah.
Whereas loads of white people will try and embody other cultures and like act black or act brown, like take things that aren't theirs to do. Like, you know what I mean? But it's never a bad thing on their side. Like it's always like, oh my god, I love your hair today. Like how did braids? Oh, like do you know what I mean?
And where do you feel like these stereotypes are coming from? Like, oh, this is how you act white. This is how
Microaggressions.
Yes.
Microaggressions.
They're placed upon us by white people, but they're like shared around and reused by people within our own communities. Like I hear I feel like I've heard from a lot of brown people that like I'm not brown enough, or that like things I do aren't brown people things. Like when I came out as bisexual, it was like, oh, that's brown people don't do that. That's not. I was like, what do you mean brown people don't do that? Or like leaving home, brown people don't do that. Again, like wanting independence, living your own life, being true to who you are not things that are specific to any race or color. Like,
And also acting white is like being perfect.
Anyway, guys, we went onto the streets and we asked the public what did they think about this question. So let's watch and see what their opinion was. What do you feel like acting white is?
I don't feel like there is anything such as acting white.
Hello, sir.
Very posh.
Hello, how are you?
To act white?
Yeah.
I act white sometimes. Look at that! Come.
It's sort of character, what's the word?
To act posh per se.
I can even do a Cockney accent, like, what, mate? Like, literally, like, sometimes I'll be walking around, tell these guys, hell, Friday night, might as well go down to the boozer. Think 10 pints in. Generalisation of English culture.
People tell black people that they act white because they can speak properly and they have great grammar and vocabulary.
Better than thou, because it leads into like the white supremacy mentality.
You really do.
You go to the office, it's mainly
I
white
wouldn't say, no, you know what it is?
There's a lot of things that have been categorized to be white and stuff like, and are almost like weaponized, like if you like that, things like weaponized against you.
If someone just acts the way they do and they're not allowed to act that way because it's apparently not their race.
A black man acts white because he's academic or he wants to achieve certain things in life.
I don't know, I'm white, so just, don't know.
Right.
Like, do you think you're better than the average black man because you act more like the average white man? See, that's a difference.
In this society, it's a lot easier to categorize people than to like accept that people can like come in different forms and shapes.
Just stereotypes. People think if you're black and that, you got to act a certain way, but they always like do it with the negative stereotype.
There's no such thing as acting black and acting white.
When like a black person goes to uni or something, or a black boy goes to uni and that, everyone's like, oh, he's acting white. He's just trying to do something different.
Amazing video. I literally love that day. So many good opinions. What do you guys think about?
What does he mean by the generalization of white culture?
That's a bit interesting to say.
What? Sorry?
I wouldn't say that white people have no culture because if you look at white people in general, there's different types of white people. So you have
there's
Italian
lad
people.
culture.
They lack it.
I think England. If you look at England specifically, there is lad culture. You have to admit. There's all of that, especially in the. To be fair, it's a lot to do with like the Windrush generation and like them meeting in the like not ghettos, but like poor working class white man and the working class black man all coming together and stuff like that. So they're formed in a culture was formed there.
Yeah. And the miners as well. The miners.
Yeah, exactly. So they can't like say that.
It's because it's a mixture of different cultures.
Yeah.
That's why
it's a lot of influences. It's a lot of influences.
Chicken tikka masala, like
the national dish of England is
chicken tikka masala.
Yeah, not even fish and chips. I think fish and chips is like Norwegian, is something like that.
Nah, it's Portuguese. It's Portuguese.
All white people do is take.
No, I don't know what belongs to England, but like...
Because it's like a mixture of cultures.
I wouldn't really call it...
confusing to pinpoint where the British culture is.
I think it's a mixture because there's loads of different types of white. There's like, as I said, Irish, Italian, there's Turkish people.
I didn't even know the national dish was chicken tikka masala.
I'm shocked as well. Where is that coming from?
Can these men even season their chicken?
No.
What are they?
I mean, but the thing is, what do English people drink a lot of? Tea. Tea is Indian. Tea's from India, so.
See what I mean? It's just a mixture of loads of cultures.
And there is a beer from
it should be celebrated that it's a mix of different cultures.
There should be, yeah.
But it's not.
It's not, no.
Should we?
And it's true what they said, like in the clips that we saw. The whole point about university, we haven't really brought that up, and like how that's seen as like, if you, the whole thing about being successful and being professional deals with the whole idea of becoming white. And that being like a slur to us and being like a, you know, an insult, it's quite damaging, because then I feel like it then feeds into this whole idea and like stereotype that like black people don't go to further education and stuff like that, and like, because it's a psyche thing. To go into further education, you have to have the mental preparation for that. And if you're having people tell you in your own community or in other communities that you can't do it, then you're gonna struggle to like persevere and actually do it.
Exactly.
And that's why, obviously, you have to thank a lot of our like parents and grandparents for like making the trip and coming here.
Yeah.
That's why a lot of them try and push us to do education.
Yeah.
For me personally, I'm trying to do better than my generations beforehand.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying
There's
to do it for
that pressure
them,
of,
you know?
Yeah, there's always that pressure.
Like it feels like our parents have come here. Now we need to prove to them that it was worth it.
Yes, exactly.
Now
the pressure
they're
of
just
that is
living
like
this life
so
for us.
much.
It's the payoff.
For a lot
But
of
if you
time.
have people telling you you can't do it, it's kind of hard to like listen to what your parents are saying, and you're just you're dealing with the community around you. And if the community is not supporting you, or outer community is not supporting you, you're gonna end up.
Whereas
not
your
doing,
support, exactly.
Yeah, exactly.
There's also, it also comes to stereotypes in careers
Yes.
as well. Like, obviously, I hear a lot of brown people say like about lawyers and doctors and that kind
Be
of stuff.
doctor, this, that,
And obviously, me going through like a not very traditional route of being an actor, like it's kind of like really unheard. It's not really like a common thing.
Yeah.
So I also get the backlash from that.
Yeah.
I mean, I know all they want is for us to succeed.
Yeah.
But they think there's like one way to succeed.
Yes. Yeah, exactly.
Because that was the only routes that were available to them when they were trying to succeed. You know, they couldn't pursue things like acting because like it wouldn't give them the money that they needed.
Creative arts is a big one for like POC.
So tapped.
Sadly, we've come to the end of the
Okay.
It's so sad, but do you know what? This is a sick
This is a great
conversation. You made such good points.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know, we're gonna see this on YouTube. So
yes.
guys, please subscribe to our YouTube channel and you know, follow us on Instagram. And obviously follow all of these amazing talents as well.
Thank you.
And make sure you tune in for the next video.
Turn your notification bells on.
Thanks for watching. We want to build your connections. The best way to do that is through a mentor. We'll match you up with a professional in the industry that you're interested in, so you get one-to-one professional guidance and an insight into your dream job and the industry that you want to work in. If you're aged 16 to 25 and based in Bristol, sign up to the challenge program via the link below.
Cause I got nothing to say. I'm trying to link up with the honey on a wonderful day. I'm trying to bond up with my niggas in the month of May. Hating niggas acting up like they got something to say. Me and my shorty sitting under a tree. I'm trying to watch a Tarantino on my old TV. Bear man giving soul. Why they beefing with me? It's been a while, but she still fucks in my style. We tryna find a spot to skate at cause the park's in the mall. Acting funny with her movements cause I'm making her smile. And we building up the tension like